All right. It's that time. It's time for Beyond Sight and Sound. Let's do this.
Hey boys and girls, we are going to talk about S&W shooters and prospectors. What is S&W shooters and prospectors?
We at S&W Shooters and Prospectors help people find treasure.
Did you say treasure?
Yes, treasure. Just listen to this amazing review from our happy customer, Jackie Sparrow.
Chuck was shipshape and a pleasure to deal with. I was able to buy everything that I needed at prices that were shillings less than others. I found my 9 pieces of 8 in no time. Savvy?
I know you're asking yourself, why should I shop at S&W Shooter and Prospectors?
Chuck Smalley has over 45 years of metal detecting experience. He works with each customer one-on-one to customize their setup to match their skill level.
So if you always dreamt of being a pirate,
Arr.
contact Chuck at S&W Shooters and Prospectors and he'll dig up a great deal for you.
Eye patch and rum not included.
Caution. Please do not operate motor vehicles or power equipment while under the influence of this show. Listening to this show could cause side effects such as bouts of laughter, violent binges of cabin fever, and even dreams of silver and gold. Please be advised. Now that the fine print is out of the way, on with the show.
All right, we're back. I think we're live. I think. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Trying a little something different tonight. See if maybe that helps alleviate Sunday's issue. And we'll see what happens. I don't know. Unfortunately, there is no good way to test without anybody knowing that I'm testing or without people thinking it may be a pop-up impromptu show or something. So I still got to figure out a way around that. Or maybe we'll just test it live, real time, or maybe we'll just we'll roll with it and make the best of it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But first, we should probably get Chuck in here. I know he's been sitting around waiting. How's it going, Chuck?
It's going well. No fires, no quick runs today. It was a good, quiet day for a change. Been rather busy on some kind of major stuff, so hopefully that all calms down.
Just some
standard house fires.
I see.
Yeah. And then the paperwork and then all the
Well-
other stuff. Yeah, we've had a week. So I'm getting caught up. I have to get Mr. McClory's gloves in the mail. I had them all packaged up and things got busy and busier. And I got to drop them in the mail tomorrow to him.
Well, and I'm sure Scott realizes that life happens sometimes.
Yes, it does. And man, we got a crew in the house. Wow. Eddie's in, Eddie Hughes, Tom Scheckler, John Burrell, Richard. All the other Bills are in the house. Mike Lacquamet and my buddy Frank Juarez is in. Shannon,
Hey,
Phil.
Frankie's in.
Yeah. The whole crew's showing up here. That's cool. Yeah.
It is. I wasn't sure how many people would be around after not being live Wednesday and then not dropping a link tonight, but
There you go.
like I said, Wednesday just couldn't be helped. It was beyond the control. Had to go and crack some heads and try to get my meds straightened out.
Yeah. Got to keep you on the straight and level there with those meds. Oh, we got John Roska's in the house. Hi, John. So, and yes, Jill Shannon, that she's very meticulous in that. And it took her a while, but she did that. She did another nice one last year. She likes doing that. Of course, there was they had, what'd they have? 162 squares and added more because of the number of people coming. You figure 3 to 4 per square. And we were at the 500 plus mark at one point yesterday, and we grilled burgers and dogs for them and fed them. And then they had Whitey's ice cream cups and all of it gone. The place was just busy. That's a lot of fun.
And this was on the street, correct?
Yep, that's correct. They've got it's a real heavy duty latex. And then the paints are the same way and they last. So each year before that goes on, we take trucks up with hoses and clean the street and get it all ready to go.
So I'm guessing this is like a side street?
No, that's kind of goes right by the library and some of the old downtown. And we barricaded off with the city and everybody's ready for it. It's got to be quite the let's get out and do something at the beginning of or mid-spring. So it's a lot of fun.
So with that many squares, just how much does that take up? Are we talking like a city block or two city blocks?
It's a full block.
Wow.
Yeah. Full block. They started at about 11 o'clock, 10:30-ish. And they enjoy it.
Well, that's really cool. I mean, Cordova has been the first department that I've seen that does anything like that. I mean, we don't have anything like that around here.
Oh, we've got several events that we co-sponsor, and the village is involved, and the library's the big thing. We have a fire science night, and they bring all the kids in, and we teach them everything from fire extinguisher training to we actually build a model of a house, and we've got it on a special deal, and they show you the difference. You know, we light it on fire, and by just keeping your doors to your rooms closed, you know, we teach them if you shut those doors, that spread is knocked way much slower and gives you a chance to get out as you close those doors behind you. And then we do they like to do the ropes and knots. They like of course they love all the trucks. They climb all through the trucks, and I kind of sit back. And one of the youngest ones will always reach up and go, "Hey, what's this cord for?" Hits the air horns.
Then you got to peel them off the ceiling.
Oh yeah, you got to peel some parents off the ceiling. But and then we have other events that we have a thing set up for Upper Rock Island County. We start tomorrow, and we pack lunches, and you'd be surprised how many kids don't get a lunch. They may only get one meal a day and things like that. So we pack the township and the village and the fire department and the library is the main sponsor. And we hand out 4 weeks worth or 5 weeks worth of lunches, and they get 2 lunches a week that are hot. And this helps these kids out a lot because throughout every area, I don't care where you're at, there are people that currently right now are hit pretty hard. And you don't want to see kids go hungry. I don't.
No.
And so we made into that. When like over at the Chicago hunt, the boys let me run a raffle, and I take it back and give it to the association, Firefighters Association. We throw that money in to help feed kids.
Nice.
And last year I was able, the guys helped me there over in Chicago, John and his group. I think I made $700 and gave it all to them. So that money is definitely going to a good spot because we give 500 with the others. And then the county and everybody chips in, and it's done through several areas out here. Keep those kids fed.
Yeah, I imagine you guys have quite a line.
Well, they've got a fair amount of them, more than what you would expect in a small area. And in the larger towns, John, I agree with you. Every public school kid should get a free lunch, period. I'm 100% with you. But we keep that going through the spring and into the beginning of summer. And it's 4 weeks long. And each entity, the fire department, the village, sends people. We pack lunches and hand them out. Then we buy pizzas for lunch once. They get 2 hot lunches and then bag lunches the rest of the week. At least Monday through Friday.
Wow. That's a pretty good setup.
So that's what we do. And I appreciate the clubs that let me do that at their sites. It doesn't come to me, it goes to the kids in town.
Well, you can't beat that.
No. So that starts tomorrow. So we'll be handing out more hash. We shoveled hash Saturday. We had hot dogs and hamburgers, and everybody got a Whitey's ice cream cup, and had a lot of fun, a lot of people. So pretty tight community.
Nothing wrong with that.
And detecting clubs have helped me raise money to give to my guys to give out.
Nice. And then when you guys are packing up these lunches, do you have any, is this just like your guys, or do you have volunteers that come in and help?
Volunteers that come in, wives come in with the guys, and board members and their wives and that kind of stuff. We've got a week of this, so we all pack this stuff up and get it laid out, and they come through and they just take their lunch and head out, or they can sit. We got a couple tables set up if they want to sit and eat up around the library, because we dole it out all at the library. We pack them up, take them up there, and it's all done there.
Wow. Sounds like you guys need a couple of trucks just to haul all these packed lunches.
Yeah. So it keeps us grounded, to speak, how lucky
Right.
we are. And that's what we do with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I can see where it would help to remind everyone not to take things for granted.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's getting tighter right now. Times are tough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody, because they didn't turn around and give all the people that need a raise, because Bidenomics are in charge, and it's not working. They are so disconnected from the rest of the country. It's crazy.
And that's why it's only going to get worse,
Yep.
at least for a while yet.
And we started this 2 years ago, and it's grown, and it's gotten worse for people.
Right.
Moving along, everything working on your end? You got more IT ironed out?
I don't know. Have I been breaking up to you or
Not a
the people
bit.
in the chat?
Perfect. Now
Really?
I'm seeing something now that I've never seen before. I don't know what you did, but where you have your metal detecting be on sight and sound, it acts like a speaker. I get a ring around it when you talk, and it gets bigger and smaller. I don't know if the rest here are seeing that.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen any bubbles yet, Shannon. They'll show up sometime. Everybody's saying it's sounding good. Audio sounds great. You're good and clear. We didn't have any. It kind of fades, in the past, and I don't know what was going on there.
But everything
Perfect.
tonight anyway is
Yes,
clear.
sir. Yes, sir. Good.
Well,
Good stuff.
that gives me a couple of ideas then on what is going on. I did notice that I had my video settings up pretty high, and that's one of the reasons why the photo on my side of the screen looks different tonight, is because I've turned the camera completely off to see if that helps with the audio.
Oh, well, if that was the trick, you got it.
Well, the next episode, I may try to turn the camera back on and stream at a lower frame rate and see if that starts chopping things up or not.
But right now,
And if it doesn't,
when we were on the previous setup, you're better than you ever were. It sounds good.
nice. Well, maybe we've actually made some progress. Oh my God.
As a little bit ago, ORH says lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my God. Anyway, Frank says,
Oh yeah.
Tom Shuckler says, Janet. Janet says,
Well, good.
eyeball.
Well, yeah.
ORH just told you if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Even when it's a bigger screen, it still looks like an eyeball, just a bigger one.
Right.
Oh boy. I'm just glad that things are clear, because Sunday that was horrendous.
Yeah. Very good, buddy. Very, very good.
And such a poor time for it to be so horrendous. That was a good story Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Oh, well.
So if that's at least working, then I would imagine we should be able to prep everybody for trivia and such.
Oh,
because
that's right.
we'll
We
be
got
able-
that coming
we
up.
should be able to pull that off.
How'd those rules work? We had somebody call
Three
in.
question. Yeah,
Three
they had to get a link from us, you or
Right.
me,
Mm-hmm.
and then they had to link in with us, and they would get they won't get the questions until after they link in with us, because that way they can't Google it. No help from the chat.
Right.
and they'll have 3 questions,
Uh-huh.
30 seconds for each question, if I remember right.
30 seconds. I got to set the timer and go, all right, go. And if you missed one, you didn't advance, did he? Or did they? Or how did we work
I don't
that?
believe so.
Nope.
I
You
don't
missed
believe
one, you were
so.
done.
But there have been times where we've kind of let things slide a little bit, depending.
Yeah, we tried to work with them. I mean, I'm going to get in, and we'll be covering topics. There'll be the metal detecting topics. What
right.
metal detectors, how they work, maybe. You guys remember
Yeah.
that? We'll be talking about, I'm sure we'll talk some
History.
the science of gold and our things we love to find, and little Civil War. We'll figure out something here. We'll get some questions put together, and we'll try to do a couple people a night until we feel comfortable again, And prizes there'll be Garrett gloves, or maybe some Silva. As we get down the line a little further, there might be something about the size of a $50 on a night or two, or dimes or whatever, and we'll get them out to you.
You just don't know, though, that $50 may be a wooden nickel.
Maybe. So, yeah, we'll have some fun with it. What are we going to do? It Wednesdays? Or you want to do it on Sundays?
Well, I imagine we can do it whenever.
Okay. Whenever is good.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll sit down and
It'll
I'll
keep
start-
them on their toes that way.
Yeah, I'll start checking the books and see what I can come up with, and I'll have fact checks for you if you want, and that kind of stuff, and we'll see how it works out. So pay attention to all the new stuff going on in the industry, on the new detectors out there too, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah. Just got the new Xterra in, and pretty impressive.
Have you tried to play with one yet?
I put it together, turned it on, and that was the end of it because the tones dropped again.
Right, I was going to say, you put it together and then tones dropped.
Yep. So I came home, took it apart, said, ain't going to do that again. Give me a few days break and I'll go back after it.
Right, yeah, let's see what happens next time you put it together. If they drop tones again, you may never put that thing together.
No. But we've got a few of them in stock. It's been, at least they were timely with getting everything out. And not good.
Nice.
Yeah, the war is on. You know that, this mid-range war now. We went to the low end. Now we're going to the mid-range. And you guys out there as detectorists, people wanting to move up, you're winning. This is great. I mean, $599 gets you a metal detector, 2 coils, waterproof, wireless headphones, and
Yeah.
not the same thing on each side. So I think they were spying on each other real good.
And you're right. We all win in the end.
Yeah, we win.
$500 is getting you what $1,500 was 10 years ago.
That's right. You got a 12-inch
Or
coil,
more.
8-inch coil, wireless headphones, rechargeable battery, good to 6 feet deep, waterproof unit. That 15 years ago, the only waterproof units that we even talked about were the Seamaster, J.W. Fishers, and the Excalibur.
Yeah. I mean, you couldn't
You spent
touch
real
a
money.
waterproof unit for under $1,000.
Yeah, you spent some real money on them. Now it's become the standard. So it's doing pretty good.
And it's about high time, I might add.
Yeah. And this has been a better launch, at least for us in the States, because we're in the heart of the metal detecting season. Instead of waiting until half the country's froze up, nah.
Right. Then we'll release it because we don't have to worry about it. We can take our time and let it take 6 months to show up.
Shannon, it is similar. I didn't get to play with it that long. I will shortly here, I hope. It's going to take a day this week and disappear, I think.
After the week you've had, if you could use that.
Well, it'll be next weekend. Friday, might leave Thursday night. We've got to go to Missouri. She's having her family reunion. And she said, "You on Friday?" And I'm thinking about Thursday night and then having Friday for the day. Yeah. And do some hunting on some old stuff.
Yeah, get down there detecting on a couple of them sites you've been getting pictures of. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, Janet, we leave the 17th of July to Alaska. That's when our trip is.
Well, and I bet you can't wait for that either.
No, I'm looking forward to it.
And that's through to just the beginning of August, right?
Frank and Dave and a whole group of them, and Ronnie Guinazzo and Tim Rushing, and we've got a pretty good group going up there. We'll have a good time. John, I've got 14 going, so we've got a pretty good crew there. Some from California and Colorado, Midwest, spread out all over the place. We're going to have a good time.
And if I remember right, you've already got people calling you for next year.
Yes, I do. People wanting to go next year. And gold, with the price of gold as it is, it took a little tank there Friday, I think. Dropped a bit, but silver's took a little drop also, but you kind of expect some of that. And of course, the buying season of gold in India dictates, believe it or not, price swings. And they're coming out of that buying season because that's wedding season over there. And you will get a price increase every year when India starts going crazy buying up the gold for the gals getting married.
That's right.
That's a little bit of a thing I learned quite a few years ago. And wait till it falls off, buy some, it'll take a good jump, sell it off, and you make a few bucks. But now with the price, oh boy.
Yeah. Now with the price, it's a little hard to buy some. And
yeah, you just can't throw down and say, I want an ounce of gold all the time.
Yeah. But it sure is tempting to sell some.
I mean, we're looking at 1 gram pieces, 1 gram in the $100 and some odd range for this is a small Panda coin or some of the other ones, or the Pamp Swiss or whatever. You buy them by the gram if you want. You're still popping $100 some out. I got a few 10th ounces that are still packaged in their shipping sleeves, and they were marked where I bought them at $60 a piece.
Wow.
For a 10th.
You know, that really makes me wonder, because it's been quite some time since I've looked at it, but I've got a 10th ounce slabbed Gold Eagle. And it just makes me wonder what that thing would be worth now compared to what I paid for it years ago. Oh, who knows?
You know, it's up. Let's see. That $60 one, he was making at least 15%. And so that put the gold in around the $500 an ounce range. It was 80 something. I bought them. And
Wow.
yeah. In fact, the dealer's
And
still in business that I got it from.
Oh, good grief.
Yeah.
And I can remember guys that I knew, back in the day, that they were taking once or twice a year. They'd pick up an ounce here, an ounce there,
Yeah.
$300, $400. And they held on to it all these years. And just here recently, they've gotten rid of some of that. And it's like, well, you made your money on it. That's for sure.
Well, you look at it, okay, I made money on it. Well, it's just a hedge against the inflation we've had.
Yeah.
But, and that's the way that goes. There was a period there, Jill and I, the owners of the shop down in Moline, were good, very good friends of ours. And I buy a 1/10 every other week out of the paycheck. I did that for several years. Bought her a hazel and a chain, and she wore a few of them. She's got those yet. And I just put it away. I always believed that was a better investment than .coms. I never did invest in .coms, and people lost their backsides on that stuff. So
yeah. But you do make a point, though, that that's one of the reasons why gold and silver are bringing the rates that they are, is due to the inflation.
That's right. It's finally catching back up, where at one point they were rating a barrel of oil value against gold should be valued at so much oil. They were trying to put that all in line together. And so when oil went up, gold went up.
Right. And now by July, it'll cost you a silver quarter for every gallon of gas you get, if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Might cost you a silver half.
Yeah. That's a way to look at it. What is it? Silver. Get it up here. Silver's up a dime. It's at $29.24. The market
Wow.
is overseas. Gold came back up $340. It's $2,296 an ounce. It took, like I said, about $100 tank there. And I can remember on silver, you got excited if silver went up a nickel.
Yeah. Although it is still undervalued.
Yeah, they feel it is because the demand's up for all the use in the batteries and all the electronics that they're doing. Platinum,
right?
966. Platinum had went over 1,000. That was up to 1,010 there the other day. But copper's $4.43, nickel 808, aluminum's up, lead kind of sitting flat. But yeah, metals market's busy.
Yes, it is. And that's a direct reflection of the economy.
I have people ask me about, well, we want to get into silver. And this is just recently. I had a couple different ask me, what would you do? And I said, right now, I said, buy U.S. coinage or buy silver.
Absolutely.
And the money guys are telling them buy them in small denomination because they'll trade better if things.
That makes sense.
And
yeah, that makes perfect sense. I mean, because look at how popularity of fractional gold went through the roof back during the Obama administration.
Right.
And now we're seeing that again. It would stand to reason that it reflects into fractional silver in a sense, smaller denominations. Of course, now, like you were saying, you can get these 1 gram silver coins.
Yeah, it's gotten to the point, but you have to remember the swing on that smaller denomination is higher. They like to sell it, or smaller weight. They like to sell it that way because they can charge a better premium.
Exactly. It's a higher premium. You're going to get a better deal buying in a larger size.
Right. And, you can buy 1 gram silver and snap off pieces like you can the gold. And that's known as prepping for when everything goes to hell.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Silver dimes, anything silver. But they asked me, what would you do? And I said, right now, I won't give you any advice because it's so volatile and it's high and it could drop like a rock in a heartbeat. But right now it seems to be staying. And there's so many variables going on with world unrest, economic unrest. And then the market, the standard market that's driving it back there. There's several different variables in there. If they all collide at one time and take a drop, you're going to be sitting on that silver quite a while before it comes back up. So I won't tell anybody what to do. I tune up the detector and go look for it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a little hard to recommend to somebody that they should invest in silver right now, when I'm sure you can remember it too, getting silver for, less than $5 an ounce. And now we're knocking on 30.
I would go detect in Davenport. Jill and I run over there. This was pre-kids and that. And I detect the old parking areas that still had dirt where they put the meters in at. And I'd pick up 20 dimes, 30 dimes. I could go to the coin shop down there and they were paying 35 cents a dime for rosies at that time. Late date marks. I'd sell them. I didn't keep the rosies. I'd sell them.
Right.
Late date Washington quarters were like 70 cents, 74 cents. So,
well, that ain't bad. That's already 3 times face.
Yeah. So what are you getting now?
Right.
You're getting 21 to 22 times face is what they're selling at, maybe 23 on. Now I'm talking 90% coins, not talking silver rounds or halves or anything like that.
Right. Yeah. Not talking bullion.
We're talking what you see online is junk silver. To me, it's not junk. It's 90%, but that's what they call it. Buy a bag of, what I see the other day, $50 worth, or you can buy them by the bag of $50, and you can buy $1 at a time.
Right.
Walking Liberty silver rounds, U.S. silver rounds are bringing 30, I think they're getting 34, 35 out of them.
Yeah. It hasn't been all that many episodes back. I think we saw where Mike Laquamet had put in the chat that he had just picked up a silver round for 35 or 32.
Yeah. So it's variable. And, they put so much into buying slab coins. First day of issue. because it got struck first, and they
Yeah.
had tremendous amounts, and then they go up. And I'm sorry, it's still a 1 ounce silver round. It's nice,
Right.
It's
Yeah.
pretty.
People are finding that as an investment piece,
Yeah.
it's not so wise an investment.
No. So that's me personally. Now, there's others that would argue till they're blue in the face with me. Slabbing the coin means it is, perfect, or 69, and it drops between a MS-70 and a 69, $300. And I believe in having, if you slab coins for some of your vintage rarities or high coins that from years past, and
Right.
because John Mercanti signed the face of the sticker on the PCGS box that you got, it adds X amount of dollars to it. And I'm like, no, don't. You go into a dealer, they're going to offer you a lot more money because John Mercanti signed the face of the tag.
Exactly.
So I don't make recommendations to anybody how to buy your silver. I do, or gold, or whatever you trade in. I just journaling it for myself. If timing right, there are certain times to pick it up, hang on to it. And this isn't, let's hold it a week and see if we made money. You aren't gonna hold it 4 or 5 years.
Right. Yeah. You're not going to do anything short selling.
Mm-mm. Only if you're trading in the numbers we can't afford.
Yeah.
We're buying $250,000 worth and it makes a X amount, 10% jump, whatever. Then you sell it, and then they play that short buy and sell game, and you can take a bath on that.
Yeah, but I ain't got that kind of time.
Yep. Yeah, it's dad's junk, John. You're right. Dad's junk sold pretty good.
Right. Yeah. Nothing wrong with it.
Right.
Nothing wrong with it at all. Although I do have to say, I like your recommendation. Just tell them, buy a metal detector from Chuck and go out and find the silver, and then it's the gift that keeps giving.
Yep. You might get lucky and pop a nice piece of gold. You never know.
That's right. Yeah. And it only takes that one right piece to pay for that machine.
That's right.
And it can be done.
I've seen it done.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had things happen to me too. So it happened.
You've seen it done in jewelry. You've seen it done in raw gold.
Mm-hmm. Coinage. I've seen a couple really, really nice things come up. Unbelievable. Wife's cousin got one of the most beautiful 20-cent pieces I think I've ever seen, and he dug it. It's a $400 or $500 coin, but he's running a Equinox 600. I kind of think that was a pretty good trade-off.
Right. Yeah. I mean, at that point, you can say, hey, you know what? I'm satisfied with that.
Right.
And with the technology that we have available at our disposal today, some of these people are going out, getting a hold of these new machines, and maybe they're just complete newcomers to the hobby. And they get a hold of these machines, and they go out and they find something that literally pays for that machine the first weekend they're out with it, and they don't realize how spoiled they are, or fathom the just sheer enormity of what they just recovered.
It happens, and I've got some favorite stories over different guys that bought a detector, and the one's wife was very disappointed that he bought it. She didn't want him to buy it, and they went down to their annual pilgrimage to Florida, And he got everything set up, sat down, had his chair outside, leveling up the big camper. They're staying right on a beach. And she come out. She said, "You bought that detector. You told me you were going detecting." "Well, I'm going to." She says, "Well, I suggest you use it." He got it out. He didn't even finish his beer. Walked down to the entrance of the beach. Went. He said under 10 yards. He tuned it up, messing with some stuff. Went 10 yards. Came back with a 2-carat diamond ring.
Before his beer even got warm.
Yep, he sat back down, was sipping the beer, and she said, "I thought you were going detecting." He put it on the ring and had it up in the sunlight, flashing it at her. She said, "What are you doing?" He says, "Come over here." She just shut up and said, "You found that?" "Yeah, just now." She didn't. He has never, and Bob Sanders and his wife are good friends. She never complained a day after that.
Right? That's when he says, "Yeah, it's been a good day. I'm good for the day."
Complained because she wanted that diamond in a different setting. Yeah. So, and Bob Sanders he and I have prospected for years together, and he's had claims. I've worked his claims up in Alaska. I see him every year, and last year she was there. She went by going like this, showing me that diamond. She had it on. I said, "Oh, is that the diamond that cost you twice? A detector and a ring?" She said, "Yep." And that was the first 15 minutes he ever ran that, and it was a mine lab.
Of course. You know,
it happens. It happens a lot.
Yeah, I mean, and some people they like to knock Mine Lab. They think you're paying a premium for the name, and you do pay a little more for the name. But they make such good machines. I mean, I have seen people make consistently good finds time after time after time. But it's just not. It's not just Mine Lab. You see them do it with other machines too.
Oh, yeah. It can be something out of a dime store type machine, the $99 special. If they understand what it's working, they'll find some stuff. Or it can be a CTX 3030, or it could be whatever high end you can think of. The Notkas,
Right.
Fishers, they've all shown if a person takes to learning it and understands what he or she is doing with it, that's when it's cool. They're digging stuff.
And I really wish that I could remember the gentleman's name. It's been years ago that I had the opportunity to talk to him, and he said that his best metal detecting story that he could possibly think of to relate was that he had been out garage sailing, and he bought a metal detector at a garage sale for $20. Okay. And he went out and he, tried to use it and make sure it works and all that. And he hunted with it for, who knows, 6 months, a year, something like that. And he wound up getting out and finding, I believe he said, a $20 gold coin.
Nice.
With a $20 metal detector from a garage sale.
Yep. And John brought up the point about the guy in England that got that hoard. He'd gotten fired, bought a used detector, and bam, found that. And I've heard a lot of stories like that, especially out of England. Mom and dad bought the little 4 or 5 year old his detector, and they went out and what's this kid do? He finds a papal ring.
Yeah, right.
And he did, and they expect it to hammer down between 1 and 1.5 million pounds.
Wow. See, Frank flew and he didn't die. He's in the chat.
Yeah, look at there. You home, Frank?
See, they weren't kidding when they told you it only seemed strange the first time, didn't they?
Oh, he's live from Jersey. Hey, I saw Celeste found a nice little ring there, buddy. Little Silva. That's cool.
Well, I don't know if it would be insulting to say welcome home.
Yeah.
Or welcome back to previous home.
And Frank got nothing, he said. There you go.
Oh. Well, that, it's the story of some people's lives. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
So, all right, starting this week, we'll be doing Frank's favorite. We're going to be doing those trivia questions, Frank.
Yeah, Frank, he did get a kick out of the trivia questions, I do believe.
Well, Frank did get something. He got 80 cents. So,
All right. So it's safe to say you're not driving back to Florida in your new truck. Not yet.
Not yet. No. I do have to ask Frank, boy, that was a good picture of you, Frank, as good as you possibly could be in your suit. And somebody mentioned of those shoes. And I looked at them going, it's either got to be the way the camera was angled out, but it looked like you're wearing size 20s in that picture. Those swear to God, look at it. When you get a chance, everybody, it's like, where in the heck? So,
well,
and congrats to your family and on the wedding and everything there, Frank.
Yes.
Pretty nice deal.
Yes, I know he had made a post about it, and I did comment on the post to say congratulations. I mean, I may not have gotten much done this week, but I did do that.
Cool. Oh, Frank's got stories. Nothing fit.
Nothing fit.
Ain't that the way it goes, bud? On that, oh, man.
Well, it sounds like everybody's going to want to stay tuned to an upcoming episode of Detect America.
Yeah, we're going to have to listen in on that.
Because if he's got stories about nothing fit, it won't be long before those stories see the light of day.
There we go. There we go.
You can take that to the bank.
Sounds like it.
So,
has anybody out there got any reports? Have you found anything good? I don't know if I haven't seen anybody other than Celeste. We know Celeste did. I haven't seen anything posted up much. I haven't been. I've been too dang busy on other things.
Yeah, I got nothing. I mean, I found that baby ring last weekend, and that's it.
Well, buddy, I'll tell you what. We got to get people out there. I think this weekend's for me. Little Missouri hunt. Maybe get into some Civil War stuff.
Yeah. If you're getting on some of them spots you've been getting pictures of, it'll be very interesting to see how you do.
Yeah, I just getting out's going to be fun. Maybe I'll give that Elite a whirl and see how that machine is going to do.
Right. Maybe take the Elite and the Manticore.
Phil got a giant spill. Went out yesterday and nada. Just junk.
Yeah, he hit that giant spill Sunday.
Mike's got a reminder for us. June's top 10 contest on Central Illinois site. The winner will get a 2-inch toe breaker marble. There you go, folks.
And they call them toe breakers for a reason. Them things are huge.
Old shooter marble. Big
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big one. Yeah. Tam got one in a package. I don't know. That's been a couple months ago. And she's like, what in the world? I said, that's a toe breaker. Don't drop it.
Frank, the price on the Elite, I've got it in the adventure pack. You get 2 coils with it. And the ML85s in the bottom side of it. It's got everything in it. It's $5.99.
That's still not bad, though,
No.
when you consider you're getting 2 accessory coils.
You got your wireless headphones all set to go. So,
Or, no, wait a minute. Are you talking the stock coil and an accessory coil, or 2 accessory coils?
a stock and accessory. You got the stock.
Okay, so 1 accessory coil, but still, that's not bad.
1 accessory. It's an 8-inch, and the other's a 12.
That's still not bad at all. And wireless headphones.
That's right. It's and the new Nakas. I mean, we're talking these are parallel type systems. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said early on, I think they knew what each other was doing. They're just trying to outmaneuver each other. You release
a
couple of detectors in the same week, so it's fun.
Well, and you notice too that a lot of these releases now for a while, they all seem to be on the same or extremely similar chassis.
Yeah. And now we're still, Garrett's being real tight mouthed. I don't know. They got a little gun shy after the one release a few years back. I think it was on the Max.
Yeah, the AT Max.
Yeah. And it wasn't a good release. Things didn't happen right. So they're taking their time, and they're still saying it. Naka, they're going to have a reasonably priced PI unit.
Yes.
That's interesting.
It will be. Seeing the evolution of the Nokta machines over, say, the past, 5 years, and what they've been able to do and the price points that they have been able to bring these machines to the table. Like when they came out, when they were talking about coming out with the Simplex, I'm like, wait a minute. Rechargeable, updatable, backlit screen, submersible,
Right.
And at this price, I gotta see this.
Yep.
So if they say that they can bring to market a reasonably priced pulse induction machine, hey, bring it on. I'm all ears.
Right. And the Storm that Garrett's coming out with, I think is not mid-range. I think it's upper mid-range. We're right at the upper level. I'm not sure. We'll just have to wait and see. And it's interesting that we've got all these 3 companies this summer just going at it. It's fun.
Yeah. It's like they're jockeying for position.
Yep. So,
and we will reap the benefits.
Yep. So I'll get some info out on that Elite, and we'll see how that's doing, because Naka's release, they had they were short on the upper level ones, and still waiting for that to come out. I try to do the packages more than anything. Somebody calls me and say, I can't afford the package. This is what I want. I get it for them, but I have the packages in stock. That's your best deal.
And especially right now with the economy being the way it is, people are wanting the best bang for their buck.
That's right. And every dime that they're getting in is hard work for anymore, let me tell you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately.
Yes, sir. So,
well, that, I would think, makes the bundles that much more alluring to the prospective customer.
Yes, it does. I like bundling, like the Ugly Box. I sell it as a kit for them. Now I've got other guys who'll call me and they just want, now I need the reboot kit or this kind of stuff, but I like to package everything Frank's got there and sell it as a kit. And that gives
yeah.
And they like it that way.
Yeah, it's a great way to start them off.
That's what I've found.
And then after that, like you said, if they just need a reboot kit, something like that, then they can go ahead and do that. They've already got everything else.
They can either get it from me or Frank. It's the same price, that kind of stuff. We got to keep Frank busy. He needs to make more headphones and more boxes.
I'm sure he stays fairly busy with it.
Yes, he does.
I don't know if he was trying to build up before he left for Jersey, or if he'll have to build up again after he gets back from Jersey. Could be both.
Mm-hmm. So
you just never know.
Now's the time of year on get out, find it, and then wintertime rolls around, get out and get your Ugly Box out and clean it up.
Yep, absolutely. That's usually a good way to do it. Can't beat that at all.
John, it already has hurt some brick and mortar guys, and you got to sell it internet. No, I don't sell internet here. I'm in another store. Here is come and pick it up, but I'm internet on the West Coast with AIP mining. So I've been involved in that for a few years, and we're doing pretty well with it at times. So, but when you start accepting credit cards and shipping and everything there, it's getting pretty pricey. And if you sell on the online sites, Amazon, they literally get more money than you would ever believe from you. Your margin is shrunk down to almost nothing. You have to hope for high yield sales.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
This is true.
Yep. So, and the detecting companies, John, have their own sites to sell out of now. That's where they have their own, you can buy direct from the company deals. Garrett, MineLab, Naka. So the day of the dealers is dwindling down. All big box stuff.
Yeah, unfortunately, which means the days of after the sale customer service are dwindling down.
Mm-hmm. So, well, buddy, I'm going to get out of here. You guys will be ready for Wednesday night.
Hopefully they will be.
Well, hopefully I will be.
Right, I was just going to say, hopefully I will be. I don't know. It sounds like I may have finally figured out the audio tonight.
Yeah, it's doing well.
So we'll see what happens.
So, yay.
Well, that's good.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Take the wins where we can get them. You have a wonderful evening, Chuck.
You too, sir. Everybody stay safe out there for me.
All right. And let's see, who said that, I don't know, somebody said it looked like an eyeball, so we'll change that back now. Now it's just a bigger eyeball. I don't know. What do you do? Some things just can't be helped. So, I guess the audio sounded better tonight than it has in some time. Takes me a while to tweak You don't want to go changing too many things at one time, otherwise you're not sure what fixed it or what caused it. So it takes time. But we appreciate everyone for hanging in there while we tried different options to see if it helps alleviate things or not. And well, maybe we found it. If you enjoyed the show, throw us a like. Other than that, I think we're out of here. Have a wonderful evening, folks. We'll see you.
We sure are glad you found us here tonight. Thanks for dropping by and joining in. If you like metal detecting, treasure hunting, gold prospecting, or even entertaining discussion, check us out Wednesdays and Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern, on your favorite podcast distribution services.